Ladies and gentlemen, from Mount Juliet, Tennessee, the Charlie Daniels Band.
Well, it rained all night in Frisco and my sleeping bag got soaked. When I woke up this morning, I was cold and wet and broke. And I caught me a ride up to the California line, but I got Dixie on my mind. I flagged down a semi headed east of Denver town. It was snowing in the Rockies, and he had to shut her down. And them Colorado Rocky Mountains sure were looking fine, but I got Dixie on my mind. I caught a ride through Texas on a flatbed diesel truck. He said, "Where are you going?" I said, "It don't matter much. Just drop me in your place below that Mason-Dixon line, 'cause I got Dixie on my mind." I love that sipping whiskey, Carolina Mountain Dew, and them Alabama hoe cakes and that Georgia Brunswick stew. And I'm crazy about magnolia trees and honeysuckle vine, and I got Dixie on my mind. And I'm crazy about magnolia trees and honeysuckle vine. I got Dixie on my mind. I got Dixie on my losing my troubles away. Now people, I couldn't make her stay, doggone her anyway. She can't say that I didn't try. Oh, me another one, I'm finished with the other one. I'm drinking my baby goodbye. Every time we disagree, she's always asking me, are you a man or a mouse? Now that she's gone, she probably thinks that I'm home just somewhere around the house. Yeah, she probably thinks she's the one thing I just couldn't get along without. Or wouldn't it surprise her? I gotta sympathize her as long as these bottles hold out. I'm sitting on a bar stool acting like a darn fool. That's what I'm doing today. Sitting you drinking, trying to keep on thinking I'm losing my troubles away. That people, I couldn't make her stay, doggone her anyway. You can't say that I didn't try. Pour me another one, I'm finished with that other one. I'm drinking my baby goodbye. sit down and talk to her, it always end up in a fuss. I tried to reason with her right up to the time she got on that Greyhound bus. People, it'd be better if I could forget her, cause she sure forgot about me. If it takes all night, I'm gonna do it right. I'm gonna sit here till I can't sing, cause I'm a-sitting on the bar stool acting like a dirt fool. That's what I'm a-doing today. Till you drinking, trying to thinking I'm a-losing my troubles away. People, I couldn't make her stay doggone her anyway. She can't say that I didn't try. For me another one, I'm finished with that other one. I'm making my baby goodbye. I'm sitting on the bar stool acting like a dirt fool. That's what I'm a-doing today. Sitting you drinking, trying to keep on thinking I'm a-losing my troubles away. People, I couldn't make her stay doggone her anyway. She can't say that I didn't try. For me another one, I'm finished with that other one. I'm making my baby goodbye. For me another one, I'm finished with the other one. I'm making my baby goodbye. For me another one, I'm finished with the other one. I'm making my baby goodbye. Good evening, y'all. I do believe it's Saturday night in the Old Dominion. Y'all ready to get down? Oh, mercy me. Thank you so much for sharing your weekend with us. We're looking forward to entertaining you here for the next little while. We're going to start out with a couple of old songs here. This first one's called El Toreador. Born and a Spanish bull's horn had left one scar on his handsome face. He stood like a prince and he had every sense. He had grandly walked into the place. Though the girls of Madrid tonight were forbid, for tomorrow he must fight once more. Before he left the ball, he would dance with them all, cause he was El Toreador. The day of the feast was just a light in the east when he left Maria's warm bed. Her dark eyes said more, but he walked through the door, shaking cobwebs of dreams from his head. And later that day, as he knelt to pray, he said, God, grant me this nothing more. But if it is the way, and I must die today, let me die like a Toreador. The Plaza de Toros shook from the roar as the band played the Toreador's thing. Alarmed by the sound, the bull paws the ground as the Toreador readers rang. Up and down, round and round, on and on, all along. In the heat of the day, rushed the hot blood to his Spanish heart. And the crowd held its breath as he flirted with death. And the bullfighter's sword found its mark. And trying to hide the wound in his side, he walked from the ring standing tall. And the crowd gathered round as he fell to the ground. And the priest held his hand as he lay in the sand. And he was heard to say, a brave bull died today, but he died like Victoria Dove. Stop to wonder why. Maybe it's because you want to die. And maybe it's just the way things have to be. Where you stay up late and you drink too dang much whiskey. You know that sort of thing is mighty risky. Maybe it's just because you like to feel frisky. Or maybe it's just because you like to feel free. Saddle tramp, how many people watch you riding by? Like a thundercloud that floats across the Arizona sky. And wonder if they're looking at a mighty happy man. Just a lonely breeze that drifts across the endless desert sand. Well, it's getting mighty cold in Mendoza. Happening ain't getting any closer. One more drink and one more hand of poker. 'Cause a fool and his money's gonna have to part. Well, you're too proud to ever show your sorrow. You don't steal and you won't beg or borrow. You may be here today, but you're gone tomorrow. There ain't no strings on your boot heels or your heart. Saddle tramp, how many people watch you ride away and wonder why you never promised to come back someday. Maybe thinking you were holding all the pieces in your hand. Are they slipping through your fingers like the endless desert sand? Every year we travel this country coast to coast, to border. We play big towns, little towns, places out in the middle of nowhere, and places that just really ain't nowhere at all. But it makes no difference if you're in a village or a metropolis. When you wake up in the morning, if you pick up a newspaper or turn on the TV or radio, you're inundated with reports of the violent crimes that have gone on that locale the night before. Now, in my opinion, we have way too much violent crime in this country. We do way too little about it. Now, I don't like violent criminals. There are always folks who pick on people who can't defend themselves. I don't like any of them, but there's one I simply cannot stand. And ladies and gentlemen, somehow, some way, we have got to get these people out of our society. If we got any good Virginia judges in the crowd tonight, you guys do a great job of administering the law here in the Old Dominion. We want to thank you for that. But let me ask you a favor. The next time somebody brings a child molester in front of you, do us all a favor and hang him. I reckon that I am, but the thing going on make me mad down to the core. I have to work like a dog to make ends meet. There's crooked politicians and crime in the street, and I'm madder than hell, and I ain't gonna take it no more. We tell our kids to just say no. Then some panty-waist judge lets a drug dealer go. He slaps him on the wrist, turns him back out on the town. If I had my way with people selling dope, I'd take a big tall tree and a short piece of rope. I'll hang 'em up behind, let 'em swing till the sun goes down. And you know what's wrong with the world today? People done gone put their Bibles away. They live by the law of the jungle, not the law of the land. And the good book says this, I know it's true. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. You better watch where you're going. Remember where you've been. That's the way I see it. I'm a simple man. I'm the kind of man wouldn't harm a mouse, but if I catch somebody breaking in my house, got a 12-gauge shotgun waiting on the other side. So don't go pushing me against my will. I don't want to have to fight you, but I dirt your will. You don't want trouble, you better just pass me on by. As far as I'm concerned, there ain't no excuse for the raping and the killing and the child abuse. And I got a way to put an end to all of that mess. You just take them rascals out in the swamp. You put them on their knees and tie them to a stump. Let the rattlers and the bugs and the alligators do the rest. And you know what's wrong with the world today? People done gone put their Bibles away. They living by the law of the jungle, not the law of the land. And the good book says this, I know it's the truth. An eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth. You better watch where you're going. Remember where you've been. That's the way I see it. I'm a simple man. You better watch where you go and remember where you've been. That's the way I see it. I'm a simple man. Thank you kindly. We got a lot of talented folks in this band. We're going to feature some of them before the night's over with, and we'd like to introduce you to a gentleman who has been in this band for 38 years. He is from the great state of Massachusetts. And when he came to work with us all those years ago, he spoke just like all the other people in the great state of Massachusetts spoke. He parked the car at the bar. In fact, you did that quite often, if I remember correctly.
Every night.
And you used to say, what else was it?
We'll drink beer
Uh-huh.
in Harvard Yard.
Okay. And you went to the
Bathroom.
Bathroom, that's right, yeah. Well, he's been with us all these years. We have filled him so full of hominy grits. He's eaten so much Virginia ham. And he's imbibed so much Georgia moonshine that now he talks just like the rest of us do. Ladies and gentlemen, say good evening to Mr. Taz DiGregorio.
Son and daughter on that old black water. Can't we just take the itch outside? We get together in any kind of weather underneath the easy and the moon. We dance a bomb-a-shay while the Zydeco play and Frenchy sings Big Mama. Oh, my sweet Angeline, girl, why don't you come out with me? We could go for a ride down by the black water bayou. Can't you see? Life is just a beautiful dream, Angeline. Everything is perfectly right on a black water Saturday night. Angeline, Angeline, Cajun moon is shining. Angeline, 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 won't you come out tonight? From trees, we got jambalaya to take you higher. Good Lord, to lift this magic recipe. We got etouffee, French benet. We're so happy just to be alive. We dance a bomb-a-shay while the Zydeco play. Sweet Angeline and I. Oh, my sweet Angeline, girl, why don't you come out with me? We can go for a ride down by the black water bayou. Can't you see? Life is just a beautiful dream, Angeline. Everything is perfectly right on a black water Saturday night. My sweet Angeline, yeah, don't you come out with me? We can go for a ride down by the black water bayou. Can't you see? Life is just a beautiful dream, Angeline. Everything is perfectly right on a black water Saturday night. My sweet Angeline, why don't you come out with me? Everything is perfectly right on a black water Saturday night. Everything is perfectly right, oh Lord, on a black water Saturday night. My sweet Angeline, Angeline, Cajun moon is shining. Angeline, 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 won't you come out tonight? Na 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 na
Taz DiGregorio, I want to ask you a question, okay? You know it's almost football season. Can you believe that? I want to ask you a question about a couple of football teams, okay? Now, if you like the team I call out, let it be known, okay? Okay, Virginia Cavaliers. Virginia Tech Hokies. Virginia Tech Hokies, I'm sorry. Mercy. All right, okay. Ladies and gentlemen, it has been the honor of this band in the last several years to have appeared in a lot of different parts of the world to entertain our men and women in uniform. And thank you. After spending quite a lot of time among them in quite a lot of places, I want to tell you something, and I say this from my heart of hearts. They're the best we've got. There are no finer Americans than the ones you see wearing those uniforms. We owe them an unpayable debt of gratitude, and not just to our folks who are on active duty, but also to all of our veterans who have ever served in wartime and peacetime. We would like to pay homage and honor to our military past and present tonight by doing a song for all of you. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Slow, and the flag's been flying low, and there's a lot of people saying that America's fixing to fall. But speaking just for me and some people from Tennessee, we've got everything R2 to tell y'all. Now this here lady may have stunk, she ain't never failed. If our enemies don't believe that, they can all go straight to hell. Put her feet back on the paths of righteousness and then God bless America again. Never did think that it ever would happen again. In the living good future, you never did think that we'd ever get together again. We dang sure proved I'm walking real proud, I'm talking real loud again. Here in America, you never did think that it ever would happen again. From a sound up in Long Island, out to San Francisco Bay, and everything that's in between them is our home. Now we may have done just a little bit fighting amongst ourselves, but y'all outside people just best leave us alone. Cause we'll all stick together. You take that to the bank. That's the cowboys and the hippies and the rebels and the Yanks. Just go and put your hand on a Virginia Tech Hokie fan. You think you're gonna finally understand. And you never did think that it ever would happen again. In the living good future, you never did think that we'd ever get together again. We dang sure proved I'm walking real proud, I'm talking real loud again. Here in America, you never did think that it ever would happen again. You never did think that we'd ever get together again. We dang sure proved I'm walking real proud, I'm talking real loud again. Here in America, you never did think that it ever would happen again. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'd like to introduce you to another very talented member of our band. He hails from a little town over in Southern Illinois. This year we have been doing a survey because it's a very small town, and we've just been wondering, been taking a survey across the country to find out how many people have ever been there. And if you haven't been, don't try to make him feel good by raising your hand, but I would like to ask you a question. How many of you folks have ever actually been to West Frankfort, Illinois? There's one. There's 2, 3, 4, 5.
All right.
And that's pretty doggone good, you know
Not
it?
bad, Charlie.
How many stoplights do they have there? How many? 1? You got the right town. No doubt about it. Ladies and gentlemen, say good evening to a very talented young man, and he is from West Frankfort, Illinois, doing a song called Perfect Combination for Catastrophe. Say good evening to Mr. Bruce Ray Brown.
At the dinner bell, he was singing in the lounge of a cheap hotel. They bumped into each other, it was easy to see. They were a perfect combination for catastrophe. I said, hey, hey, what you gonna do about it? Hey, 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 what you gonna do about a perfect combination for catastrophe? Well, her mother tried to warn her about his wicked ways. She wouldn't listen to a word she had to say. Like a hurricane and a rotten tree, they were a perfect combination for catastrophe. I said, hey, hey, what you gonna do about it? Hey, 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 what you gonna do about a perfect combination for catastrophe? It was him and her, and she made 3, and that's a perfect combination for catastrophe. So she ran straight home as fast as she could go, got a bottle of whiskey and a 44. A jilted lover driving 93, well that's a perfect combination for catastrophe. I said, hey, hey, what you gonna do about it? Hey, 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 what you gonna do about a perfect combination for catastrophe? Yeah. Didn't take long. She fired 2 shots in the middle of the song. The crowd must have figured this ain't no place to be. Looks like a perfect combination for catastrophe. So someone with a cell phone called the highway patrol, and in about 10 minutes it was under control. They were cuffed and paraded by for all to see. The perfect combination for catastrophe. I said, hey, hey, what you gonna do about it? Hey, you gonna do about a perfect combination for catastrophe? Hey, hey, what you gonna do about it? Hey, 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 what you gonna do about a perfect combination for catastrophe? Here we go. For catastrophe.
Bruce Ray Brown. Perfect combination for catastrophe. We're going to do a song for you right now that features everybody in the band. One of the biggest thrills in my life is getting on stage with these folks you see up here with me playing music for folks like you. And we've been together for a long time. We've been through a lot together, and I dearly love each and every one of them. We're going to feature them all right now in a song that we wrote and recorded for an album we hope to get out sometime in the next 15 or 20 years if we ever get time to get it finished. It's called Florida Road. bless you. Thank you so very much. We're going to go back and grab an old song now that is about as old as half of the front row put together. I'm not going to say which half. This song is off an album we did way back in 1974 by the name of Fire on the Mountain. And just about every show that we've done since then, we've had this song in. People say I'm no good, crazy as to do. I get up in the morning and I get down in the afternoon. Kinda like old blue chick hound, I like to live around in the shade. I ain't got no money, but I dang sure got it made. 'Cause I ain't asking nobody for nothing if I can't get it on my own. If you don't like the way I'm living, you just leave this long-haired country boy alone. A preacher man talking on TV, putting down the rock and roll. Wants me to send a donation, 'cause he's worried about my soul. Said Jesus walked on the water, and I know that it's true. Sometimes I think that preacher man like to do a little walking too. I ain't asking nobody for nothing if I can't get it on my own. You don't like the way I'm living, you just leave this long-haired country boy alone. Girl wants to marry, a rich girl wants to flirt. A rich man goes to college while a poor man goes to work. A drunkard wants another drink of wine, and a politician wants a vote. I don't want much of nothing at all, but I will till I know the job. 'Cause I ain't asking nobody for nothing if I can't get it on my own. If you don't like the way I'm living, you just leave this long-haired country boy alone. If you don't like the way I'm living, you just leave this long-haired country boy alone. Thank you. Bless Bless you. Thank you so very much. We appreciate it. Boss, cooling down a little bit, ain't it? Oh, that's good. That's good. That's good. I'm going to learn to work this thing one of these days, Roger. Tell me I was dreaming. Travis Tritt gave me this guitar, and every time I pick it up, it tries to play one of his songs. You know, once in a while, I'll make a mistake of watching the evening news on the networks. I always hate it when I do it because it's all bad news. If you were to listen to them, you'd think there was no news, good news, in the whole world. But I got good news for you. There's plenty of good news. We live in the United States of America. God is still on his throne. And Jesus Christ died for you. Oh, Lord, my God, when I, in awesome wonder, consider all the worlds thy hands have made. I see the sun, I hear rolling thunder, thy power throughout the universe display. When Christ shall come with sounds of acclamation and takes me home, what joy shall fill my heart. Then I will bow in humble adoration and there proclaim, oh my God, how great thou art. In this strange my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art. Oh, how great thou art. In this sings my soul, my Savior God, to thee. How great thou art. How great thou art. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you kindly. I introduced you to a couple of guys in the band a little bit earlier in the show. I'd like to make you acquainted with the rest right now. And with your kind permission, I'll start over here on my left with this long, tall, lanky gentleman with the bass guitar who we picked up in Tuscaloosa, Alabama almost 34 years ago. He's been a very intricate part of the sound of this band ever since in the recording studio and on stage. All the bass parts, the inventive, fresh bass parts that you've heard played on our biggest records with this man right here. Ladies and gentlemen, say good evening to Mr. Charlie Hayward. The guy who sits directly behind me on what he laughingly refers to as the drum throne. Had a great career going in the world of academia before we picked him up. He has a PhD in something. And he is the man who helped Al Gore invent global warming. There he is. Right there. He's serious enough. He's actually from Georgia, but that's not where we found him. We actually found him out in San Francisco. What's so funny about San Francisco? Have you ever been there? Okay, let me ask you this. Have you ever been to North Beach? You have been? You're willing to admit that? What's a nice girl like you doing in North Beach? He was actually working in a male stripper bar out there. Wait. He was not actually taking his... You didn't do that, did you? No. He was playing drums in the band, you know. And the name of the place was... Chris, what was the name of that place we found him? You remember?
It was the Sparkly Unicorn.
The Sparkling Unicorn. Oh, we picked on him enough. Ladies and gentlemen, say good evening to our drummer from St. Simons Island, Georgia, Mr. Pat McDonald. The young man on my right is the other end of our Illinois bookends here. He is actually from Peoria, Illinois, where they make them big old Caterpillar tractors, right? Is that where they make them?
Yeah, Caterpillar. Yep.
And your daddy works out there.
He does, yeah.
And he used to take you out there on a Saturday afternoon and let you drive one of them big boys all over the parking lot, right?
They don't let me anywhere near that place.
Really?
Yeah, there was an incident, let's just say, when I was younger.
Well, I'm glad they didn't, because you took up guitar picking instead. He is quite a talented guitar player, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to let him prove that to you right now by playing a song that's probably the #1 flamenco song in the world. But believe me, after you hear him play it, you will never think about it that way again. Doing Malagueña. Say good evening to Mr. Chris Wormer. you're right on time. Tucker boys are cooking down in Carolina. People down in Florida can't be still when old Leonard Skinner's speaking down in Jacksonville. People down in Georgia come from near and far to hear a deacon speaking on the red guitar. Gather round, children, get down. Y'all can get down, children, be loud. You can be loud and be proud. You can be proud, here be proud, you a rebel, 'cause the South's gonna do it again. Hey. The bishop sitting on the bed, but hey, well, he's down the right hand, something he sure can't play. And it's CC top, you can't forget. Oh, brother Willis gets soaking wet. All the good people down in Tennessee, I dig a bear, put a Jerry, and the same day we gather round, children, get down. Y'all get down, children, be loud. You can be loud and be proud. You can be proud, you can be proud, you a rebel. The South's gonna do it again, yeah, they are. Thank you kindly. Ladies and gentlemen, we thank you so much for coming out and being with us. Well, what was this afternoon? Heck, it's tonight now, ain't it? Yeah. We're going to be back tomorrow. What time are we playing tomorrow, Jimmy? 8 o'clock? We'll be back at 8 o'clock tomorrow night if you happen to be in the park. Come on back over and we'll do it again, okay? All right. Thank you so much for being with us. We got one more song we got to do before we leave. Here it is. This young man's on the fiddle and playing it hot. The devil jumped on Hickory's drum and said, boy, let me tell you what. You probably didn't even know it, but I'm a fiddle player too. And if you care to take it there, I'll just make a bet with you. Now you play pretty good fiddle, boy, but let's give the devil his due. I bet this fiddle of gold against your soul. This thing I'm better than you. Boss, my name's Johnny, and it might be a sin. I'm gonna take that bet. You're gonna regret, 'cause I'm the best that's ever been. Got you rousing up your bow and play your fiddle hard. Cause you're smoking some joke and the devil just gone. If you win, you get the shiny fiddle and let it go. If you lose, the devil gets your soul. He said, I'll start this show on fire. Flew from his fingertips, he rolls it up his bow, and he pulled his bow across the strings. It made evil hiss. And then the band of demons joined in and said something like this. When the devil finished, Johnny said, you know, you're pretty good, old son, but you just park it in that chair out there and let me show you how this stuff's done. Devil's in the house of the rising sun. Chicken in my pan, picking on dough. When you slow back, won't y'all know? Fiddle down on the ground at Johnny's feet. Johnny said, devil, you just come on back if ever want to try again. I told you once, you son of a gun, I'm the best that's ever been. You play Devil's in the house of the rising sun. Chicken in the pan, picking out dough. Ready to start back on Charlo. Coming, y'all pray for our troops. We love you, Virginia. God bless you. Good night.
To the Tennessee Waltz.